Even after the Minister of Justice came out, I wrote it. I said, I, Essa Bokar Sy, I do not expect anything much from the current system there. As far as standing up for the diaspora, you know what we see? Cosmetic speeches and flowery language used to mesmerize people and think that they can be. Me, I said, I don't know about others and I have the right. Nothing that will have an impact for people in the diaspora from this government. I don't expect it. So I don't know where we are heading to. When you ask me after this, what will happen? I, Essa Bokar Sy, I don't expect anything to happen. And I told the Gambians in the diaspora, you know what the solution is, Mr. Balde?
No.
I want to say, which I have found out, is that the current system is made to believe that people in the diaspora, if you allow them to vote, they will vote for either UDP or PDOIS. And that's the worst mistake anybody who gives the president that, whether they have told him he has had it or not, I'm not sure. But I know some of them inside, that's what they say. And that's one reason why people believe they don't want the diaspora to vote, because they believe that that region, when it votes, it will not vote for a sitting government. And that's a big mistake.
Ambassador Essa Bokar Sy, who is, of course, a jack of all trades, but here he is actually a master of all. Bokar Sy, bring your expertise to bear on what really happened this afternoon at the National Assembly, where, as I am browsing through the social media, an outpouring of grief, literally, from the diaspora community, Gambians, bombarding the National Assembly member for their total disdain of the plight of Gambians in the diaspora. They are begging the arguments around legality or constitutionality. What is your take on this, Ambassador Sy?
Thank you very much, Mr. Ibrahim Balde, once again for your warm welcome on this Gambia Now program. Well, for the specifics, I am not surprised, because if you look at my postings about 3-4 weeks ago or even beyond, I said Gambians in the diaspora should not expect anything different from the current establishment in the Gambia, ranging from the National Assembly to the cabinet. I am on record. I said it. I said they should not expect anything. I was not surprised, neither was I shocked. It was a reconfirmation of predictions made, and I was pegging my predictions on association of variables, as I always say, and also by observing the pistons of the engine of the dynamics as they kept on changing. So that said, what I want Gambians in the diaspora to understand is this, including myself and you, is that anything that is geared towards affecting the lives of Gambians abroad, when it is about what is contained in the Gambian constitution, is usually cooked between the National Assembly and cabinet, period. Because the executive cannot shy away from this, and they cannot fall short of stating the facts as they are. I mean, let's make references and judgments here, or maybe references and guidance. In May 2024, I believe, the current Minister of Justice was out there during a stakeholder meeting or something of that sort. I think it is on record. You've seen it as a media guru yourself, that he was giving the hope to everybody that come 2026, the diasporans would vote. Is he not on record? He is on record. Okay? So now we come back to the National Assembly. One-on-one, I did talk to some of them while in the Gambia and outside. And I did bring this before them to let them know that it's not about I, Essa Bokar Sy, but it's about what is legal and also what is a moral obligation. Because I have heard polemics about it from National Assembly members, okay? The accusatory finger from one point to the other is between them. They are the ones. A National Assembly member came out and said, it is unfortunate that it was not supported by the majority. In this case, a combination of the National People's Party and the National Reconciliation Party with nominated National Assembly members and independent members. Well, I think one of those independent members came out with a rebuttal. But what I respond to people who bring those before me is that we are not interested in this finger pointing or this circus of blame games. What we want to hear is what we have heard. It's either we will do it or we will not do it. This is a continuity of what was happening during the former regime. Because those people who came out with the justifications of demarcations and all that, in fact, it made me chuckle. Because when you talk of demarcations, I think some of them would believe that they are just talking to people who started learning English today. Some of them will come out and say, yeah, you know, you don't understand the readings of the law. When you talk, let me just end here then, because I'm sure you have interesting questions, Balde. Demarcation, they will bring it within context and within concept. But whether it is in the abstract or in the physical, when you are talking about demarcation and you are talking about a foreign land, they will come and tell you, no, this is the law, because they have to demarcate. Are they using the word in the right context? I doubt it. You see, linguists say, if you take a word and just say the word without putting it into context, the word has no meaning. Anybody can juxtapose things, pick words here, acting like somebody who studied law, come and put on wigs and gowns, trying to impress us with mesmerizing speeches, when actually, if you look at it analytically, the individual is saying nothing, absolutely nothing. So it's not about demarcation, it's not about constituency. America is far more advanced when it comes to certain things in democracy. Are they going to tell me that?
Let me interject here politely.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you think the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Adauda Jallow, why did you think he reneged on his promise that 2026 Gambians in diaspora are going to vote? And again, at some point, the President of the Republic once said diaspora is part of the I don't know, the 8th district or
division
region of the country.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you think they made a U-turn? It's like a stab in the back. A lot of people, a lot of Gambians across the diaspora are coming out to really attack the government on this U-turn that they've made. So what are some of the justification you have to back up this argument about the need for the Gambians in the diaspora to vote?
Well, you see, they are saying this. I am on record. People received me in in Rhode Island when I was ambassador, and I wrote to the former president that they were celebrating independence celebration. I went there. I wrote to the president at that time that it is a proposal that some of them have made, Gambians, and the letter went to State House that we should look into making sure that people in the diaspora start voting. No reply came, but the letter went. That is just in retrospect. Now, when it comes to the Attorney General, Dauda Jallow, saying one thing in May and then saying another thing May last year and saying another thing in March this year, I don't think it is about him per se, because that's the way they present themselves, though. As if you are speaking within the context of patronage, this is not about Dauda Jallow. This is about the Gambia's constitution. Okay? What we are talking about here is whether it is him who said it or not. The constitution is made by people. And look, some of them will just, anything you tell them now, that is the lame excuse that other regimes have been given. They will just tell you, oh, okay, all civilized nations go by what the constitution dictates. And some of the people who are saying it don't even believe it.